So hey everyone, just a quick check-in. Hopefully this will be our standard length, but we'll find out. Um, I am going to be starting a new series of videos, or at least a new set of videos. Hopefully not too many, but given what's been going on both across the country and in my state in particular, I feel the need to share what's going on and spread the news as much as possible, and hopefully it'll make a difference. I know I don't have viewership in the thousands or anything like that, but if nothing else, I'd like the people that at least care about me personally to know what's going on, to know where things are in the process, to know what kind of things are going on, and what kind of pressures I'm under at the moment. Now, I do want to point out that I'm going to try to keep it comparatively separate from what's going on here. I'm going to try and maintain normality as much as possible because, frankly, I have so much to do that I'm trying to, make sure that I can keep on keeping on. I'm gonna keep doing, working on writing and try to be in as good a place as I can to be producing creative works, to be generally happy and hopefully stay out of survival mode. Um, but there will be some big, heavy things I will be talking about in my other video, which hopefully will probably come out on the off weeks that traditionally I hadn't really known what to do with because I had been self-conscious about writing topics. I'd been not had a whole lot of content to produce at any particular rate. Videos about like characters and things in my setting because I can only commission art at certain times, so I don't always have the money to do that. And that being said, I kind of like to try and put more than just me talking on some of those other videos just so that the production value is as high as I can possibly make it. But, unfortunately, the political reality of the situation at present just means that I don't have the luxury of just, being the shiny, happy person that I normally try to be. And I mean, y'all know me. It's like you all know that I was, I was trying to start videos with a smile. I was trying to have some good news. And generally speaking, I like just trying to live my life and just doing what it is I'm doing without bothering anybody else about it. But that being said, I think it's one of those things like it's an all hands on deck, and we're all kind of being, suffering the consequences of what's going on right now. Whether you agree with the current administration politically or not, it's like I think we can all agree that it's not going all that well. And that being said, this is, I do want to say, at least in this video, that I have started donating money to Equality Texas, which is a group that is doing what they can to try and promote equality for all people in my state. And, I'm going to probably continue doing that for the foreseeable future just because, especially in recent years, it seemed like it's necessary. And whatever I can do to try and improve things for everybody, that's what I'm going to try to do, because I just learned this today that there are approximately about 92,000 trans people in my state, and that's a good amount of people, and that's a lot of people that could be spending their time doing things other than trying to preserve their own existence, honestly. Things that, I think that it's one of those things that perhaps has been a problem throughout most of history, is that people have been focusing on things that don't matter and not focusing enough on things that do, and veiling it under things that is not really rational, or at least not in good faith. But I'm not going to get into that any further in this video. I'm going to save that kind of conversation for the other video. But that being said, writing news. I am making a little progress. I'm working on a couple of other projects right now. Apologies that state of my nail polish is not 100% right now. Normally I like to fix it before I start filming, but it's one of those things that, at least right now anyway, I have time. I have a limited amount of time, and I kind of want to make sure that I say what I need to say while I have the time to say it. So, that being said, I usually do try and present a good picture, but I'm working on the Lucy Kate project right now, honestly, just because it's making progress, and I'm gonna resume working on Winterfall, and I'm gonna try and maybe work on the Blue Moon thing because I think that there's a lot of applicable topics in that setting as well. Plus, I do need to finish the second one at some point. I know that I was starting on the sequel, and then I kind of was going through the possibility of retooling the idea for number two, and then I still want to do Lauren's story, and it's a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of stuff that I don't know how much of an opportunity I will have to do it. But that being said, I'm going to try, and that being said, I also appreciate folks checking in on me and making sure I'm okay and making sure I'm still doing things, because I mean as long as I keep producing stuff, I'm okay, and I am hopeful that I will continue to be okay. But right now, there's a lot going on, and if you want to know more about it, watch the other video that I will be putting out, which will probably be slated for I don't know when exactly just yet, but you'll know when you see it. Um, let's see, what else is there? That's about it in writing news. I've gotten most of the templates ready. Oh yeah, one other thing. I do have most of the templates ready for submissions to the Voice of Dog. I do intend to get the stories out because even if the worst should happen, I want to make sure that as much of my voice is out there as possible, even though it has nothing to do with what's going on right now. It's kind of motivated me to just get over my concerns and my fears about just whether I'm doing it right or whether I know what I'm doing at all. Whether I should, I don't know. It's like I'm going to try to get some stuff out and let the chips fall where they may. If it's a huge, if I've got like all these kinds of things, I don't know. I just need to get some stories out because I have a lot of stuff that I've honestly been sitting on and just either not shared it with people or not asked for beta readers just because I've been a little terrified of what people might say. And it's kind of ironic because it's like, I want people to read my stuff, but I also am a little bit nervous about, any, I guess, getting notes that kind of just throw it into I don't know. It's not that I don't appreciate criticism because it's useful. It's like I see things that I don't notice myself, but I also have a hard time sometimes of knowing. It's like what advice to take, what advice is opinion versus something that I really need to address. And it's like it doesn't help that I read a lot of folks' work that's really good, and I know that what I'm reading is the polished, finished product, and that they probably had notes and revisions themselves. And it's just one of those things that I guess you just have to do, and just have to learn through experience, and just do the best you can. And that's really all that matters, because finished is better than perfect, right? Um, but that being said, in video news, I'm going to try to produce at least 3 completed videos today and to get the video plate for 4 of them. So I'm going to try and make a couple of tweaks to my reviews. You won't see them for a while because I work 6 months in advance, but eventually you'll see some changes which might work better for some people, because again, I do what I can with the resources that I have. If it's not perfect, I appreciate it. I understand. I thank folks for well-meaning commentary and criticism. But, please understand that I'm doing the best that I can, especially now under trying circumstances, and that I can only do what I can do. That being said, video news. I know I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on a video about what's going on in my state, and in general, I am going to work on a couple of reviews. Review for When the World Was Young, and I think Prisoner of Midnight. I think I have to do the video plates for those. And once I've done that, hopefully I can get those edited and scheduled and uploaded and all that. And when that is done, it'll probably be time to start working on a couple of the books that I am currently reading. And that being said, books I'm reading. I'm still working on Far Flung. I haven't finished it yet. I think I have maybe like 30, 40 pages left or something. I know I'm pretty close to the end. Um, I am so far I'm enjoying it. As with most things, I try and reserve final judgment until I finish the book because it's I've still got a ways to go, and I don't really, I read slow. I mean, I'll be clear, um, because it's like I read usually a chapter a weekend. I would like to be able to read more, but it's like I only have a limited amount of time to do pretty much everything I do. So it's just like I do what I can with the time that I have. And I know that most of y'all understand that. And that being said, I have a lot of books to read. I have a lot of books that I am reading, a lot of books that I want to read, and rest assured, with all the love in the world, it's like I really want to read everybody's stuff. I want to get my opinions on their stuff out there. I want to give reviews. I want to give feedback. I want to make sure that that this stuff, that this stuff, that it gets out there, that that they know that they're appreciated, that the work is really good. And I really am kind of a little bit, I suppose one of the reasons why I've been dragging my feet on getting my own stuff out there, because I'm a little terrified that that same support will not exist for me. I don't know. I mean, it could just be one of those Schrodinger's cat sort of things, because it's like, I don't know. It could be the most popular book ever. It could be that nobody reads it. And there's no way to know that until you open the box and find out, which reality collapses inside. I mean, I've never been specifically going for like awards or anything like that. It's like, but it's a little terrifying. It just is. And that being said, so far I'm looking forward to finishing Far Flung. Although in part I'm also a little bit, not looking forward to it because it's been a good book, and it's just kind of one of those things that really just kind of, I guess, makes me a little self-conscious because I think I have a lot of, I try to put detail into my stuff, but it's also just, it's, Itunu and Kjell Gold and a few others are people that I would kind of consider like a master class. They're really good at what they do, and it's just like I really try to do that same thing with my stuff, in my settings, and I don't know. It's like I question a lot when I'm working on stuff. It's like, is this is this good? It's like, am I gonna need I don't know what, but on the plus side, it's like I know it's a first draft, and I know that there may be some work to be done, and it's not locked in stone. But it also is like I don't know what tweaks to make sometimes. But that being said, books I'm reading. I'm still reading Open a Channel, which is Nana Visitor's book about women in Star Trek, and I really think it's something that everybody should read, especially if you're a fan of Trek. It talks about women's experiences in Hollywood, and I know that things have changed a lot since then, with the Me Too movement and a bunch of other things, and it's just like, it really just stuns me, and it always stuns me that people don't treat each other with respect. That people, use their power to cause harm to other people simply because that they can, and it just is the kind of behavior that just stuns me, and it really just is something that I think we all should try every day to change. And I'm still reading Come to Dust. I haven't read my chapter for that this week. I'm looking forward to it. I would like to read the other two. I mean, at this point, I don't know if I will, but if I do, it's going to be one of those things that will be largely dependent on how much time I have. It's like I always try to. I would like to be caught up so that I can only have so many books in my queue. But it's like right now, every time I find a book, or find a book series, and then it's like it adds more to the pile rather than getting it to go down. But that being said, Come to Dust has been pretty good so far, and I hope to say many more good things about it as I have chance to do the video review. See, I'm not really going to talk about gaming too much this one because we're getting close to the target time that I try and make these videos. But, I'm still just playing games, trying to keep my stress down, and just trying to enjoy the games that I'm playing. But that's it for now, so I will catch you all later.
If you like werewolves, check out my book Blue Moon, available in paperback and ebook on Amazon.
Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. You can also find me on Twitter and a few other places on the web, or support me via Patreon or Ko-fi. Zebra hugs!